What's up, everybody? I want to welcome everybody to the Glizzytalk podcast. You know, after a full year after episode 1, we got young Koyo with us instead of Quan this time. And obviously, we got Jay Sean over there.
Yes.
Just want to welcome everybody back. First things first on the agenda, we're going to get to our mental health checks. Corey, why don't you lead us off with the mental health check? And just what's been on your mind lately? Anything you've been struggling with? Anything you want to maybe just get off your chest, get some clarity? Anything like that?
Lately I have been like this on and off depression. It's been hitting hard, and it's to the point where like my anxiety, I'm having like nauseous like attacks. Like I can't eat, and if I do eat, I'm in the bathroom for like hours at a time. I'm trying to beat the obstacle of feeling how I feel, which I do sometimes. Some days are better than others, obviously. Sometimes I just need to talk. Sometimes it's all it be, but I'll be straight. I just be overthinking things and just making it more what it is. And I'm trying to learn how not to do that, and I'm getting better with it with each day. So I feel like if I keep trying to get better eventually,
I definitely feel that, brother. Jay Sean, you want to go next? Or you want me to
Go next.
I bet.
Well, mental health check. It's my mental has been good. It's just like lining up everything, like bill wise, trying to get everything paid off, and I'm trying to move soon. It's just kind of like it's just a lot of weight that I'm carrying right now. And then work man, they know that I'm thinking about moving soon, so it's like kind of like I'm dealing with my schedule being like kind of mixed up, and then like some people cool with it, and then people like not up there, but like kind of like new up there. I kind of pissed somebody off, so my schedule's like being fucked up right now. But hopefully that get cleared up soon. But yeah, like my mental's good. I can't complain. Just locked in on getting everything together and moving.
I feel
Paying all my
that.
bills.
Feel that. Yeah, this is my turn. My mental ain't really been the best this month. I ain't gonna lie, I've had a rough month, to be honest. But I bounce back. Ain't nothing. I just it's hard to, and I mean we all can, we all understand this, but it's kind of hard to be out here, like you said, with bills and all that, and you really didn't have the blueprint set out for you like others may have. You know what I'm saying? Like we really just kind of got out there and had to figure it out on our own, and
sink or swim.
Yeah, sink or swim, and I don't. It's not. I'm not. It's not nothing that I like want to. It's not that I'm complaining about it, but it's like sometimes it would be nice to have those advantages that others may have. But then I also realize that I have advantages that others may not have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as far as mental health go, I might sometimes I might check out, but I bounce back for sure. It's just a lot of spending time knowing, just knowing myself and knowing what I need to do to get myself back up to where I need to be. But yeah, with that, we're gonna kind of transition into the next topic. Koyo, you have something you want to chat about?
Quick topic. It's not a big topic. It's a light one, but Triple H retiring.
Ooh, that is crazy. I seen that he went on First Take and announced it. Right? It's all good. Take your time, fix your sports show. That's why we're recording it, so we can go back and edit this shit out. Yeah. Okay, so now explain this to me, because we know that Triple H has been retired. You know what I'm saying? But why the sudden urge to publicly announce, like, hey, I'm not competing in the ring no more, basically?
Well, because he hasn't been on TV since God knows when. He hasn't addressed this heart issue or nothing like this. This is the first time him addressing it. First time us seeing him on the TV at all since before he had that heart situation. So this is like him, physically saying it. Like, this is it's kind of like him going out on his own terms, rather than the internet just posting like he's retiring and we already knew it. He's like going and like putting the nail in the coffin. I mean, it kind of gives him his own way out of it.
Right.
And
Okay. Go ahead, my bad.
I would have thought WWE would have did it on their stage, but I guess it like kind of benefits them doing it on the Sports Center stage for like more branching out with shit, I guess. So,
Yeah.
I don't, but I don't know. I'm not.
Now, right. But being you're a longtime fan, so you got the some knowledge.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It seems like
Excuse me.
Vince doing it like a money. It seems like a more of a how to make it bigger and the more profit off of it more.
Right.
So for them to go out and him to go over there and speak on it with, even though I don't watch sports, I know who that black dude is. I know he's
Stephen
like
A. Smith. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith. He's big. He's so big that like UFC, he does stuff with the UFC. He does stuff with they said, I want to say I want to sound crazy, but I don't know if I've seen him do it with the NFL or NBA, but I know he did like with another sport for that. So
He do it all.
So
they do it all. Anything sports.
Topic, gets WWE out there.
They now as far as like for Triple H, because I know he was running stuff at NXT for a while, and they came and kind of rebranded. And I don't necessarily know where that put him within the company. I know he had the heart thing, so he had to kind of take a step back. Now, do you think that this is him stepping away from the WWE?
I don't think he's stepping away from WWE as a whole right now. But then again, I don't know what his best. I don't see him like running NXT like he used to because all the changes they've done. So I don't know if he's going to be like be backstage on the not. I hate to call it this, but that's what it is now. It's the main roster. I feel like every wrestling fan can now call SmackDown and Raw the main roster.
Yeah,
there's the NXT is not the old NXT that it used to be. So I feel like he's going to be on the main roster doing backstage scenes, but I don't feel like he's going to have as much pull as he had before, like with NXT and open creatively with like managing and stuff like that. So I don't know if he's going to. I don't see him leaving now since that whole heart condition thing. I feel like with some shit like that for that to happen. If it was me, I'd more like a play safe to home rather than. You can't really, with a situation like that. I feel like it's not worth it taking a risk of going out there and trying to start something on your own when you already have I can bank on this and I can do this for the rest of my time. And he has a family, and he got like 3 doors or some shit, and so he got to support. So it's not really a young man's game when he's already like the people around him is passing, man. Scott just died. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, it's not. He's long.
Now, is he actually married to Stephanie McMahon?
Yeah, they have 3 kids.
Okay, so now, so that's another. I was just asking because I didn't know. That's Vince McMahon's daughter. So I don't. I don't understand. How could you? How could you even walk away from the WWE and your wife is the fucking heir to the throne? Like,
literally.
Yeah, but you never know. What if Vince don't give her the heir to the throne? Maybe Vince like sells it off or gives it to somebody else.
Imagine.
I'm pretty sure he's tried to sell the company a couple times, and considering right now how it's going, they just left. I don't know if they was forced to leave or whatever, but they just left USA and went to Sci-Fi, and I don't know
who went to Sci-Fi.
WWE, like all the channels, like everything left USA now, so they're not USA anymore.
What?
Yeah, so
Sci-Fi.
Yeah, Sci-Fi. Like they just moved to Sci-Fi. So they've been with USA. Raw has been USA for years.
The only way I could see the Sci-Fi move making sense is if Peacock somehow is involved with Sci-Fi, like maybe they own the network or whatever. Then it would make sense because then they could just put all the Raw, SmackDown, NXT VODs. I'm saying to Peacock. But if Sci-Fi ain't got nothing to do with Peacock, and Peacock ain't got nothing to do with Sci-Fi, they just got through to a channel that most motherfuckers don't even have.
Yeah, but even still, like they already on Peacock, so it's kind of like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because who watches Sci-Fi anymore? Really, like The USA has all these other shows like these action TV shows and shit like that. I know Sci-Fi had wait, did The Walking Dead? No, Walking Dead came on AMC. I don't even know what a TV show would came on Sci-Fi
It's
anymore.
not a lot of bangers on
So
Sci-Fi.
it's
It's not.
like
Yeah,
you're
but
moving to a
'cause
channel that not really much people watch.
you can't watch like Raw on Peacock, can you? Or you can watch.
No, you can't. I don't think you can watch it live. On the WWE Network, you can watch it live, but I don't know if it changed since the WWE Network.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I haven't been on it.
and that's why I'm saying like, when I don't know this, somebody would have to know this kind of information. But
If
that's
everybody,
why
we should probably ask them Supreme.
yeah, but that's the only way I can see that move making sense is if they can, if you'll be able to watch their shit on Peacock.
Yeah, I can understand that, but
Because I don't have Sci-Fi.
I don't even watch TV. Like I don't,
bro.
Did Supreme know about that? He'd be pissed.
I don't think he probably would care. He watches it on Twitch. People be streaming it on Twitch, so it's like
True. No, I know he been watching it on YouTube TV. I gave him a YouTube TV profile, and so I don't know if YouTube TV has Sci-Fi right now.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I can't watch a whole episode of Raw or SmackDown. It's like it's too much hours and too much bullshit.
I can't watch a whole episode of SmackDown, especially because it's every day.
No, if I'll be honest, if I'm watching anything, it's gonna be Roman.
Oh man, why? So you can Superman punch somebody and pin him in 10 seconds?
No, just so you say acknowledge me. Maybe I might watch when Cody comes. If Cody comes, there's so much talk with that dude, but I don't want to get into that right now. We can,
Right. Yeah. All right, Koyo. Talk about.
So I wanted to talk about double standards in today's world, especially like I would say not even in like the whole world, it's more of America, like this country, and how badly it. I'm not gonna say how badly it is because it counted each other out, but it doesn't in the end. Because me personally, I feel like in some ways men get the shit end of the stick, and some ends females get the shit end of the stick. But in some instances, it happens because of way like I don't know, it's just weird. Like something like think about that. Like how does that make you feel?
So you're right. You know what I'm saying? The double standards can be crazy. Mainly, it's crazy because I was in the shower listening to a podcast, and these dudes, they had this. I ain't gonna put her name out there, but she's a OnlyFans star. A sex worker.
Yeah.
They call themselves. So for anybody, what I'm saying, get all up in arms, they are sex workers.
Yeah.
But basically, he was saying, facts. Do whatever you got to do to get that bag. I'm gonna do your thing.
I ain't gonna knock you. Yeah, do your thing.
But basically, he was like, he was sitting there saying like it's crazy because like during the whole interview, and it's happened to him on multiple like of his interviews. You got these girls that just come in there and they just think they hot shit. They got plastic surgeries, everything. Usually, you know the women. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a hard time getting attention. You know what I'm saying? And they're used to men wanting that attention or wanting to give them that attention. Well, he was saying that the girls like touching all over him and verbally, saying things that may not be the most appropriate, especially when he openly expressed that he's not interested in doing anything with her, having sex, talking to her, nothing. They're literally there. It's just business. It's podcast. You want a podcast? He's there to ask you questions, all that. But she's, touching him, making comments. And he was like, but if this was, if roles were reversed and he was the one doing the touching and the saying explicit things in her ear and everybody, the whole world will be up in arms. And he's like, my whole comment section would just be, cancel this, cancel that. Yeah. That's one thing. That's the biggest thing for me, honestly, with the double standards. Is like just as much, and I'm not gonna say it because that sounds crazy. But I think. Okay. Go ahead.
So what I was watching this video, and this dude said basically how how I didn't think about it this way, but now you said it, I kind of like reflect on it every day. But basically, he said that. So he was talking about like people having sex, like how many bodies you got, whatever the case may be, whether it's a lot or little. And you're basically like saying like females in a way, y'all got the advantage in that way because, or no, like y'all get the shit in because as a female, you have to allow someone to typically, you know what I'm saying, partake in sexual activities with you.
Right.
When it comes to the men, we have to hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like not hunt, but like you know what I'm saying, we have to like try, we have to impress, we have to do all these things just to get your attention. And then potentially, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, we may or may not do that. But females, they're frowned upon because of some of the bodies they got. But like I said, if you're a female, you allow people to come to you, like in a way, because you're not particularly just looking out trying to get dick. But you got most men, typically men are trying to get, you know what I'm saying, have sex with a female, because I mean, shit, I mean, why not in no sense? But
Right. So
that's what I was getting at.
So, thing about that, the whole body count conversation, it's a slippery slope, right?
It is.
Now,
Yeah.
personally, I'm not interested in a woman that
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying has in context though, right? Like, because a 30-year-old woman can have 50 bodies, but like 30, like no, it's not like she got 50 bodies from the age of 18 to 20. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
okay, that's different. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's a difference between 50 bodies and from
20 years.
18 to 30, right? In 2 years, nowadays, especially with this, this new generation of women, you know how you kind of said, men naturally, our job is to procreate, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
But nowadays, you got women, they become the hunters, you know what I'm saying? You got, and especially in the day, like this day and age of social media, OnlyFans, Fansly, all that shit. All of
Even
it.
Twitter.
Like
it's crazy. Yeah.
But that's the thing, especially like me, I can sit here and say like, I prefer my women to, what I'm saying, not have as many bodies. And truthfully speaking, I don't necessarily know that is true. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If I fuck with you, I'll fuck with you. But I know that if I'm meeting a girl for the first time or we chatting, we went on a couple days and she essentially at some point it come out that, you know what I'm saying, we 24 and she got 30 bodies, the conversation may not go any further. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
That's just the truth. But also, I'm also on the complete opposite spectrum as men. I am all listen. I am all for semen retention, my brother. Because listen, they like truthfully speaking, it's such like it drains so much out of you to come. Like, why would you even want to do that for a random? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it, but that's like my personal look at it. Like
I can meet you halfway there too, like in the sense of like
you got to be
why would
worth
you
my
waste your
energy. You
time?
know what I'm saying?
Because you wasting time. You're not necessarily wasting time, but you could put that time and energy that you just use on that female into getting some money, into learning yourself, into getting your mental health better in a situation like, you know what I'm saying, like that. I think that's how it would be better if you use your time wisely, especially because you don't know how long you got in this world. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I would say it's not even like a hobby. It's something that you can do for fun. Like smoking, that's something you do for fun. Drinking, that's something you go out to the club and it's something you do for fun. Same thing with sex. It's fun, but you shouldn't indulge in it. Like put mad time just to like do that. Unless you're getting paid for it. Unless you're a P star, you shouldn't be.
That's the thing, right? Is like in this day and age. Sorry, Jashawn, you look like you got something you want to say. Give me a second. In this day and age, with the sex worker era, it's like essentially they're porn stars.
Yeah.
So they got to be withheld to that same standard. Like, correct? I mean, if I ran into a porn star, you know what I'm saying? She threw the coochie at me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying? And not me personally, but the average nigga gonna take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna take the opportunity. Yeah.
Right, and regardless of bodies, it's because they look at it. It's because she's a porn star. She's a sex worker. Well, now and I hate to break it to these new generation of males, but these women, your generation of women, these are sex workers. These are porn stars now. So she gonna come with 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 bodies.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's exclude the fact that I would say a lot of the OnlyFans content is mostly females with their husband or with their
No. It's not.
You don't think so?
It's not. I know for a fact it's not, because that's what they was talking about on the podcast. Is the girl that they were talking about? Her first time being introduced into sex work was at what they called a gangbang party, where she had sex with 15 dudes in one night.
Okay.
But I'm not. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? That's her job, right? But at the same time,
consider that a lot of females. I would say you could say your average female is a sex worker, but I wouldn't even consider your average female a sex worker because I personally probably only know so many, so few. My bad, so few. But when I recount it, I don't know females that really partake in that. Not saying I know a lot of people, but at the same time, I know of people.
It's not the most prominent thing, especially in our area.
Yeah,
it's not the most prominent thing in our area as far as OnlyFans and being porn stars and all that go. There are some, you know what I'm saying, but on a larger scale, you gotta think of the markets, Texas, California, Florida, those places.
Yeah.
And you also, it also, not even just them being from that area. Most people who get put into a position where they get a little bit of money, a little bit of clout, whether it's from OnlyFans, whatever they're doing, they eventually end up moving to LA, Florida, Texas, because that's where all the content is at. You know what I'm saying? But Jay Shaw, you've been waiting patiently. I appreciate you. Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Shit. Where do I start? Okay, before Corey was talking about the whole men chasing women. I do see that, but I myself can't relate to that situation in the past, yeah. But now it's not. I'm not even trying to come off arrogant or nothing, because that ain't the case. I'm not the best looking dude. Shit, I don't got riz like that.
Stop it.
I'm not rich. But now at a point in my life, I just don't give a fuck. I'm looking for, I know what I want, and if you're not what I want, you're not what I want. As simple as that. And it might not be, some females not like it, might not like it, but I don't know. It just, as of late, bro, they definitely be after me, bro. And that sounded arrogant as fuck, and I do just say not that sound arrogant, but it's weird. And y'all be getting on me about, sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I lonely. I need to bust a nut. But it just is what it is. I do see how Russ was saying, the new generation, it would have been frowned upon back in the day, but now it's so women are a lot more aggressive nowadays. They know what they want, and when they want it, they want it. What else was it? The OnlyFans and the Fansly women, I saw, I do have some friends that works in those departments, and shout out to y'all. You know who you is. Your content is fire. It's fire. I'm not saying I'm trying to be a part of the content. I'm not saying I'm not, but it's just it's a different world we live in. It is definitely double standard shit, and I kind of feel like I'm jumping all over the place. But back to kind of what you were saying about you listen to the podcast about somebody with the female whispering in the ear dude, and third, and doing all this shit. another thing, you kind of, you was just watching them before he started, Oh boy, no, I'm a Duke Dennis in Miami, all these females that was filling up on that man, touching on that man, doing all that other shit. That should be against the law, guy.
That is harassment, bro. But because it's a female, it's not frowned upon, and maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It might not be because she's been. That's just the way things have always been. I think in society, but you're not gonna walk up on me and touch me like that.
Because in a way, it's like you said, that's harassment. And because you're a man, you should like that. I mean, most men would like that, but in the sense of where you don't like being touched, you don't want to be touched because you're trying to conduct yourself professional on your business because he's trying to run a business as well. So you get to touching them at work and this and that because you don't know if you got a girl. I don't know if he has a girl or wife, kid. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't be touched on somebody that don't want to be touched.
Right.
But if it was a female, it would be a whole situation of where he losing his sponsors, losing his podcast. You know what I'm saying? If he was doing that,
canceled. He would be canceled.
I also feel like how you said, as men, I feel like that's a lot. That also plays a lot into it, like why females get away with it, because as for years on, as men, this stuff did not happen, and if it did, it's so what, it is what it is, you a female touch on you, it would have been
swept under the rug.
You did it, you're fired, this, third. And you probably been if you weren't okay with it, you'd probably been oh, you gay or some shit like that. Well, that's not the case, bro.
And that,
if you feel a certain way about a certain thing, bro, speak up on it, bro. You ain't. Who gives if somebody try to judge you? Who gives a fuck? They're not living your life. They're not going what you're going through. They're not paying your bills. Who gives a fuck, bro? Just do you, bro. Speak up for yourself. You're gonna be a king regardless, bro. No matter what nobody say. If they're your friends and they say this shit, bro, they're not your friend, bro. I come to my homies and talk to them all the time about shit I got going on, shit that I'm feeling, especially about females, because I'd be upset. Why I ain't got a female that's for me? I'm trying to kick and watch anime and shit like that, but all these females just want my things of that nature. So, and I ain't mean to rip Duke shit, but it works.
But it works fast.
I've got a question for you there, Sean.
Run it.
So in a situation where you're saying you're in a relationship and the female is unhappy, and let's say you're unhappy as well, but you trying to make it work, as best as possible, so that way it doesn't let's say you did your best to make it work and try, but the female, she said she's trying, but you see the results and it's still not working. Y'all still argue every day, y'all still have issues. Whether and this can be married or just boyfriend girlfriend, but why does the female get to end the winning argument statement? If she wants to leave, she can leave and just leave it as that. You can leave too, but then it'd be a whole big deal because then the female will make it seem like she was the victim the whole time, she wasn't doing things that you didn't like, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know,
See, I don't have that belief at all. If we're gonna do that, and we're not gonna be, that could be a main reason why I'm single now. I'm not gonna be with you. If we gonna argue all the time, and I can't if I can't communicate you as a fucking regular human being, as not just as a male and a female, as a regular human being trying to get a conversation across, then there's no point. What you get to say so because you the female. No, it doesn't work. We two equal parts in this relationship. It's half and half. It's 1-2. No, that don't work. But I personally, I probably should not be the one to ask you that because I'm not the one married. But no, that's my stand. That's what I stand on. It is what it is. Just a female we almost shared. I ain't gonna say names, but I connected it. I was trying to talk to her, and but everything would be it'd be why, and then this it go to another level when I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, or it take turns that it shouldn't have to, and I felt like it shouldn't have to, but I don't know if everybody else's brain is different. Everybody thinks different. So yeah, it's I'm how can I get her to see my point of view and this and the third, but without it escalating to something else. But then again, I feel like every person is so different. Like, and I don't think we take enough time to think about how different like another person is, like from being raised to like the mindset and things we go to. Like, think about it, like 20 years is on this planet is like a long ass time, not to mention like y'all not going through the same paths in life, y'all not going through the same neighborhoods in life, y'all not getting the same like I want to say human education like through life. And that might sound weird, but human education, I mean like a role model or like life experiences and all this other shit, like, you know, to get you on your sight and path and shit like that. It's like y'all have so much shit different going on. It's like, and I spend so much time thinking about like the human mind and how much different. That's why I try to understand like everybody in the Discord. Like when say somebody's arguing, like I'm trying to come on, like understand everybody, get everybody gist of the shit. You know, I'm not gonna always get it right because I don't go with the same. Like y'all know, I don't listen to like rap like that. You know, but that's just who I am, and it's just like you know everybody goes through so much shit, different shit, and I'll be trying to like you know piece it together, but it just don't always work.
Right.
All right. I get that,
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. You know. So I'm gonna start. You know, you said you know, if you're in a situation where you know you guys may be unhappy. First things first, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I learned this from Will Smith, and I learned this very early. I found this out very early in my relationship. It is not on you to make your significant other happy. That's not your job. That's not your she should be happy, you know, with her current situation. It's not your job to be her source of entertainment, you know, make her smile. Those are things that will happen just naturally because y'all got that, you know, chemistry, that connection. And with that, yes, communication will become, or it could be a problem. Hell, to this day in my relationship, I have a hard time communicating, but I think a lot of it has to do with just our generation. And I hate to generalize our generation like that, but I feel like there was a huge lack in the communication department between us and our parents. And so with that, we don't know how to communicate with each other. We don't. You know, and that's from, if it has anything to do with emotions. Go ahead.
Ooh, you know, this is going off what you're saying. I feel like our generation is in a weird state because we got this woken generation coming up, and then we got these hardline motherfuckers that was before us. Like, you know, so our generation is so weird, and then like the limbo of all this like mixture of, you know, to talk about your feelings, to what the fuck are you talking about feelings wise shit. So it's like kind of all over the place. But go to you.
I was just, because we was just talking about, or at least I was. I don't know who was in the Discord with me, but I mentioned it. But like, our generation is in such a weird spot in like the timeline. Like, we had fucking like flip phone, like straight up phones with the keypads, and then we went into the smartphone era all within like our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? But like the generation after us, they've always had flip phones. They've always had YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. And I remember a day where I woke up in the morning and fucking turned on the TV to watch cartoons and eat cereal because that's all I could do. I didn't have the video game to turn on. I didn't have the phone to pick up, call my homies, or be on Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. None of that. You know what I'm saying? But damn, I forgot what I was saying before. But anyway, I must have said everything I needed to say. But just it's just not, that's not your job. And that's one thing as you know, young men out here, it's just not your job to be that source of happiness. That's not your place to, you shouldn't have to be with that person in order for them to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, my wife makes my life a million times better. But I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, without her. And that's how it should be. You know, she should add value. And that's to take it back to the last topic. That is huge value. I'm speaking to my fellas because you know what I'm saying. They should add value. You should come away with something. If you're gonna, and I hate to put it like this,
do not settle.
But yes, especially don't settle. But shit, if you're gonna lay down with a woman, bruh, please make sure that there's some value there. Like she has to add something, whether it's knowledge, it could be knowledge. Fuck, it could be money. To a ride, a car, somewhere, like just have some kind of value. They should have something to offer. You shouldn't just be laying down with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see what you just said, like the past two statements you just made, I didn't never thought about it that way. A female or your partner shouldn't have to rely on you for happiness. It should come from themselves because you can't make somebody happy. You can't tell a motherfucker, hey, I want you to be happy and be happy now. That's not gonna happen. Motherfucker's still gonna be sad or mad, whatever the case may be. And then, like you said, with your partner should have a value. Like they should bring something to the table because if you want to bring the money, the food, the diapers, whatever you bring it to the table for your family, your wife or girlfriend, whatever the case may be, she should be bringing the same shit, if not more, damn near. You know, like not saying that you got mooch off a motherfucker, but you can at least bring something to the table so we both benefit. We all eat. Like if, and I feel like that's that's more of a man thing too. That if I see my boy Jay Sean, I'm sad you couldn't came to the wedding, bro. But you know, if you really had the means to, and I know you hate asking for money, you hate asking for handouts, and I'm the same way. But I wanted to see you, know what I'm saying? You my boy. So if the situation came down to, I would have paid for your plane ticket, I would have paid for your gas if you drove either way, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to female, I feel like females just expect that to happen. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you would if I needed you, you would have had my back. Same for RJ. If I needed him, like when my car went down, he was the only person I could call that came and picked me up. He took time out his day, and I cut his hair and everything, but he took his time out his day to come pick me up when I was stranded, you know what I'm saying, in Lansing. So he brought some table, I brought some table. I even gave him gas money and food money when he dropped me off, you know what I'm saying? You can't just expect a motherfucker to always be there for you because eventually they're gonna get tired of being leached on. They're gonna feel like they're just being used, and that creates a whole problem within a relationship. So definitely
Relationships,
understand.
it's just a big ass partnership, and I'm not even like just any personal relationship, whether it's a friend, your girlfriend, it's all just a partnership, bro. Everybody got to have something to bring to the table. Everybody got to have something to offer. It ain't got to necessarily be, physical things. Like I said, it could be knowledge, it could be emotional support. Fuck, you can walk
Yeah.
down the street with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have something to offer.
It's a vibe thing for me.
It most definitely, like if the vibes is everything, you're not wrong. Because I'm not gonna say I'm a mind reader and an aura reader, but I could tell if say you come in a room and you on tip, like you making me feel like anxious because I feel like you already angry, you already mad about something, and I ain't trying to hear that or deal with that situation. Like I ain't gonna say the whole situation, but like when you left the other day in Discord, because you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because you was I ain't trying to hear that shit. You already knew what type of time it was on, so you got on mode. So
I just
you already knew that vibe was going to happen, and it didn't happen. But if you did join, it would have happened. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
want you to know that Corey brought that shit up last night too. He didn't say nothing like crazy about it. He thinks that Supreme should lose his roles in the Discord for that.
Oh, I mean, that is fucking crazy.
That is crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
What the fuck is he doing?
But at the same time, never mind. Never mind.
It's Supreme, so I expect it. Like I ain't gonna lie, at this point, Supreme don't know fuck he want. He don't care.
But that's the thing is like Supreme. He didn't even know what we was talking about, but he just knew who he was talking about.
Bro,
I'm like, bro, shut
Supreme
up.
knew some shit was going on. He would not have, bro. Would have never.
No, he knew something was going on. He knew something was going on. He knew something was going on, but like he didn't know the context of the situation. But he still managed to fucking send a text that just sent a ripple throughout the whole group chat.
Supreme is an asshole, bro.
Supreme is an asshole.
Bro, that motherfucker knew some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That motherfucker, he might have been talking about here, no, but that motherfucker knew, bro.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, bro. I'll just
Bro,
say that.
he
Let's
knew
say that he knew
exactly
what
what
he
he
was
was
doing.
doing, bro.
He knows exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Bro, I spent so much time with this motherfucker in the Discord not to realize what the fuck he got going on. So